Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Not Quite Nerds. Luke's just on holiday, Mallory's on holiday, I'm on holiday, so this week we're going to throw you back with episode 9's Mallory's Marvel Madness, followed by episode 12's, because back then Luke was on holiday as well. So just to make sure that we've got it all in place, this week you're going to get episode 9's Mallory's Marvel Madness recap, as well as episode 12's Mallory's Marvelous recap. Enjoy, and we will be back with a whole new episode next week.
Okay, Mallory, where are you at on your Mallory's Marvel Madness?
So I finished all of 43, and which is Daredevil season 2, episodes 1 through 4. And then I watched number 1 on number 44, which is Luke Cage season 1, episode 1 through 4, but I only watched the first episode.
Okay.
I want to start with Luke Cage.
Okay.
And I think I've come to a realization, because I think this is now the third time I'm gonna say this, but it's a slow start, and I think it's just those Netflix Marvel shows. There's slow starts, because I remember I was a little bored by Daredevil, a little bored by Jessica Jones, and I was a little bored by Luke Cage. So, and we'll see. I mean, I said I'm just a little bored, but I think because now this is the third one I'm watching, I have high hopes that it'll get better. But I have a question for you guys, because you guys both saw it, right?
Mm-hmm. For me,
So-
very recently.
So, according to the internet, when I made this list, this is supposed to take place after Jessica Jones season 1.
Correct.
But from what I saw on that episode, it seems like it takes place before Jessica Jones. Like, it seems pretty recent that he lost his wife.
No, I definitely think it's after Jessica Jones.
I definitely think it's after Jessica Jones, but it's something that Luke carries with him pretty close to his, he continues to carry his Reva, I think is her name, with him throughout the balance of the series, leading up to later in the season where he may or may not meet somebody else potentially. But I do think you're right, Mal. I think as I've done a recent rewatch of all of them, I think to Max's point from a number of episodes ago, they suffer from the 13 episodes. I think that there is probably 3 episodes of essentially fluff that if they took out all those bits, they could have made 10 very solid episodes. You pretty much are losing 2.5 hours, 2 hours or so of show, and I think you make a much cleaner, leaner story. But you've met Pop though, right?
The
barber,
the barbershop guy? Yeah.
Pop's great.
Yeah, that's what the first scene.
Pop's great.
It is good because I was scrolling through TikTok or Instagram the other day, and there was a comedian, and he was talking about Luke Cage, but he was talking about how they managed to make Luke Cage into the most well-spoken boy from Harlem ever.
That's the thing that
Like
that boy.
I mean, he's not from Harlem though.
You're like,
He moved from Hell's Kitchen to Harlem.
Yeah.
See, I think this takes place before Jessica Jones.
nah, because
You don't
he
move
meets
from Hell's Kitchen to Harlem. You
Well,
go
it's
the
Jessica-
other way around.
well, Jessica Jones she lives around Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, but you don't move from Hell's Kitchen to Harlem. You move from Harlem to Hell's Kitchen.
Now, I mean, when the comic books were written, they were all rough.
Yes, that's very, very true. I mean, he's,
And they
Hell's Kitchen's named Hell's Kitchen for a reason.
yeah, and it's interesting because actually when the comic books were written, the city was a huge character in the comic books. And you think about Spider-Man, and one of the biggest things about Spider-Man is the city is a significant character. Actually, and they did a great job thinking about the Tom Holland ones of not making the city part of that.
But I wonder if they're going to change that up with the new trilogy, because now he's
Now he's
himself.
established as Spider-Man in New York
Yeah.
City. So, you would
Yeah.
assume that there's going to be a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think you're right, Mal. I do agree that those shows have a season count episode, one that I didn't really think about until Max said it, and then I've done my own rewatch, and I'm like, It does. It drags a bit, and it's unfortunate. But I think Luke Cage, I think that season of that show is, I think, borderline the best. It has my favorite bad guy. It's got my favorite character. And again, this is just me personally. Like, I just love Luke Cage. I love what Michael Coulter did with that character.
But are you saying it's the best of all those Netflix shows, or are you saying it's the best Luke Cage season?
I think it's the best Luke Cage season.
Okay.
He's playing the game here. He definitely thinks it's the best.
I do. Okay, you're right. I
And
love
that's
Luke Cage.
cool. I totally understand that. I'll just fuck you up when I see you next because Daredevil's definitely better than Luke Cage.
Yeah, but Daredevil's kind of a dick.
I didn't realize that what's his face is British.
Who? Charlie Cox?
Daredevil.
Charlie Cox.
Charlie
Charlie-
Cox? Oh yeah.
I take this to mean my own accent. It is. It's a huge weight off my shoulders when I don't have to be doing an accent. And actually,
I didn't know.
I mean, there was there not a point where a significant amount of people were not American for American superheroes? You know, we had Chris Hemsworth, who was Australian. Let's not lie, it's pretty much British.
Yeah.
They are your criminals.
That's what I mean, you know, right? Except
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield,
Tom
Tom
Holland.
Charlie Cox. Who else was in there? There was a few others.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill was Superman. Christian Bale was Batman.
We don't have we
Christian
make
Bale
the
not
characters and we just let
American?
the British people play them.
Christian Bale.
Wait, is Christian Bale British?
He's Welsh.
Yeah, he's Welsh.
And I looked around and I saw Christian Bale. And the first thing I thought was, Christian Bale is British?
Seems Christian and he's Welsh.
That is a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? No.
What can I say? Christian Bale is Welshman. Best Batman you ever had. Should have used that in the last episode.
No. We've established with Michael Keaton,
Michael
who
Keaton
is American. Damn it.
wishes he was Canadian.
But Robert
Blue-blooded
Pattinson as well.
American boy.
Robert Pattinson. Also
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson, yeah.
In British.
No, I was like, Rob Pattinson's British.
I obviously have no idea where anybody's from.
I mean, it just shows they're good at what they do, which is a thing called acting, right? That's what it's supposed to be did.
I mean, I for years did not know that Hugh Laurie was British.
You didn't see 101 Dalmatians?
No, I mean I did, but I was still that when I was a kid, you know. And then like I remember seeing the Friends episode where he's just like the character that Jennifer Aniston talks to while she's on the plane to London.
Excuse me. Yeah. If you're planning on doing that throughout the entire flight, please tell me now, so that I can take a sedative. Or perhaps slip you one.
On the
And I'm like-
finale.
I'm like, he does a really good British accent because I had known him from House. To then realize that like he like worked with like Stephen Fry and stuff at like the Oxford Cambridge. Like he's like
The Fry and Laurie show was fantastic. It was
he's like as British as they come, and I had no idea because I just seen him on House.
it was the way it flipped for you. You went, he's got a really good British accent too.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got a really
there's-
good American accent.
American accent. Clever man.
Okay. So tangent number 1 for the day. Let's mark that one down. Add that to the drinking game. Every minute we go off track, you have to drink. So you're on to Luke Cage. You've watched 4 episodes of Daredevil season 2.
Yeah.
Talk us through it. What's happened so far?
Yeah, talk us to that.
So, as soon as Frank Castle showed up, I was like, "Oh, this is why Luch told me to watch the Punisher movie before this season."
See, there's a method to my madness, Mel.
Weird.
I
Who
know.
would have known? But you guys were right. John Bernthal as the Punisher, so good.
Brutal.
Because I had seen that Punisher movie years ago when I was in.
He did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like when I was in like high school. So I barely remember it. I just remember there was guns and he was upset his family was dead. Which is, most movies from the mid 2000s. But really good. I am also really enjoying the relationship between him and Daredevil because they really are two sides of the same coin. They both want the same results, but they're just going about it two different ways. And I don't think I realized how not violent Matt Murdock was.
So,
It's like they came out, but I mean, he's violent. He's never gonna. He hasn't like killed anybody. But I don't think I like realized it until he like kind of said it, and I was like, oh yeah, he just kind of knocks everybody out and then gives him to the police, which makes sense because he's a lawyer and murder is illegal.
and he's a superhero. So, I mean,
But technically, so is I guess the Punisher's an anti-hero.
he's a vigilante.
Yeah. So no, I really enjoyed that. I liked the dog. The dog was nice. And what's their faces kissed? Matt and
Foggy.
Karen.
Matt and
Karen.
Foggy.
And Foggy.
I mean,
That's what we want to see.
that's alternate universe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but like,
What if?
okay, you guys tell me. I thought that there should have been a little more communication between Matt and Froggy about that because Froggy took Karen out on a date and like, yes, he then like left her to go have sex with like his ex-girlfriend Satan. And then he like kind of told Matt
Marcy.
like whatever, Satan. And then he like kind of told Matt, to have fun or something. But like, I don't know. You guys tell me. I feel like with girls, there'd be a little more conversation. Be like, you good? This good? And like, I get it's a TV show, but
Before hose. Right? Before. But you're right. You're right. Normally there would be
something. Or is it just the look that you're giving me?
Yeah, sorry, you're on a delay.
yeah, a little bit of a delay.
I hate everything. I'm quitting.
No, you don't fight over girls. That's rule number one, right? Never fight over girls. That's there. But you're right. There probably should have been more communication. But then Foggy also says in season 1 about how he always gets the hot girls.
Yeah.
That's
He does. He'd say he goes. I don't know how he finds them, but
Yeah.
they're always like 9s and 10s. No, I mean, listen. You root for Foggy because he's the teddy bear. He's the Foggy bear or whatever. Like, but
because he's us.
yeah,
He's the person reading the comic book. Foggy is the person reading the comic book who's got a cool friend.
100%. He is, and I don't know. I think that there's so much, even with their ups and downs, there's so much love between the two of those friends that I think that just would have been accepted. I think Foggy will be like, oh, listen, I think you'll find out if Foggy's happy or not about it. But
Yeah.
I think there's just I think they just understand. I think that's what it comes down to. There's no beef, but they.
I mean, I'd be more upset with Karen, right?
Yeah.
Karen's there, and she's got Foggy, and she's got Matt, and she's trying to do the right thing, and she's, crushing on them both, and all these different things, and together, they're probably the right guy for her, if they were one guy. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
we've got, what's his face? Foggy's off with Marcy, and any minute now, Matt's going to run off with his old flame as well.
His old flame, yeah.
Well, spoilers. That is the end of episode 4.
Okay.
There you go.
Kind of liked my old futon.
I liked breaking it in. Nice place. Too bad about the clothes, though.
Why are you here?
Yeah, I mean, Karen should be the one that should be really offended there, because these two guys, are both playing the game with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, seeing that as the season develops, Karen starts to sort of form a little bit of a crush on somebody else. So,
I mean, but is it though?
Is it Brian?
I feel like it's a one-way thing.
It could, yeah. Yeah, maybe. But to get back to Mel's point about the Punisher and Daredevil and how they're two sides of the same coin. This is something that I've thought about when I watched it again. who is if it was you, who's right? And I feel like it's like a moral question for you people as individuals because I can see both sides of the coin. And I think that in my heart, I'm on Daredevil's side.
I mean,
But there's a rationale for the Punisher that
the
I don't know.
Punisher's definitely suffered a greater loss,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? Like,
I'm not talking about the loss. I'm talking about their style.
but I mean, the loss leads to this fire. If the Punisher had not lost his wife and his kid, would he have gone down that path? Probably not. Would he have ended up as a vigilante or somebody who was fighting crime in some way? Maybe. But would he have been doing to the extremes that he was doing? Whereas Daredevil's loss is significant in his father, but it was also a longer time ago. And it was just his father. You were supposed to lose your parents
Yeah.
before.
Maybe not that
it was-
young or whatever, but yeah.
So,
But I also think but also their backgrounds though were very different. You know, Matt Murdock went to Columbia Law School.
Mhm.
Frank Castle served in the Marines.
Yeah.
You know, they're also their backgrounds of how they come to this point are coming from two completely different paths where, you know, Frank Castle's occupation is death to a certain degree. I mean, of course it's defending the country, it's doing following orders, whatever, but like if he's doing his job, if he's in a situation to do his job, most likely involves a firearm.
which is
Uh,
I suppose, is the contradiction in it because he's doing what he was trained to do and what he's learned to do.
Right.
Matt Murdock,
And so it's that.
yeah, but Matt Murdock has gone out and learned skills to fight people specifically to do this. Whereas Frank Castle's just like, well, you did this to me and I can do this back to you. So it's quite interesting because Matt Murdock has probably chosen that path a lot more than Frank Castle. Frank Castle's been pushed down that path. Matt Murdock's chosen that path. And you're right, Matt Murdock's chosen it because, and we see that more in the Affleck film than we do really the show, but he's chosen that path because he's frustrated with the legal system and how it's being gamed by certain individuals. And that's sort of his idea behind that and doing things for the right reasons. Whereas Frank Castle is much more revenge driven.
Yeah.
Um,
But I wanted to get your thoughts of like, because, you know, and Karen talks about it at some point in the show. If I may be spoiling this for Mal, but, you know, Frank may be doing stuff that's not right, but he has a code. Like, he's only going after these really horrible people. Yeah, bad guys. And you know, and the point that he makes to I love the nickname he gives him, Red, you know.
calls him
like,
Red, right? Like, and it's brilliant because even in the new stuff, it's still
it's still Red,
Red.
yeah. It's calling
like
Red.
it's Red.
Yep. And you know, he goes, you do your thing. These guys end up back on the street. I do my thing. They're never causing a problem again. They're never able to hurt anybody again. And like I feel like that's such a moral question that like these shows are asking us, but is it intentional that they're asking us these questions, or am I just reading too much into it? Like, I don't know.
I mean, he's also like Matt went to law school. Like you are taught in law school that you are not judge, jury, and executioner. There's a reason why judges are, you know, they don't know anybody on either side. There's a reason why the jury doesn't know anybody on either side. Because you aren't supposed to be motivated by, you know, emotion. You are supposed to take your outside experience in, but you shouldn't have a personal connection. I think it's kind of like Matt's. No, that's, you know, it's his moral code. That's what that's what he was taught before he went to law school, and was definitely what he was taught during law school.
I think, and what's interesting about that is Matt's faith as well. That really plays into it as well because obviously his faith says that God shall punish, but also forgive, and you know that's what he does: is he punishes and then makes them serve their time, and then forgiveness is offered. You know,
Yeah, faith is such a big part of Matt's character throughout.
this is the same in the comics though. It's all a part of this. Like one of the best. I don't know if Kevin Smith died right now or if it was after Smith's run, but one of the best storylines involves Karen in the comic books. But it also involves his faith, and it's spoiler alert if you're going to read it at some point. But Mysterio's behind it all, and it's this idea that Matt believes God's out to punish him for something, and he doesn't know what. He thinks it's because of his life, and it's sort of he finds out Karen's got AIDS and she's dying because in the comic books Karen did porn. Well, that was her dark secret. That was the dark secret that she had. She still worked as a receptionist and all that, but before she did that, she might have done these things over here. And while she was doing that, she was using drugs. And so there's this whole series of events. But the idea behind it is Mysterio playing it. And it's brilliant because Mysterio plays the whole game simply because, and he chooses Daredevil, who he's never had an issue with before, because Spider-Man won't pay attention to him. Like, Spider-Man's too busy fighting big criminals and being an Avenger and doing these things. So he goes after Daredevil, but he really brings his faith into it. Like this idea that this, effectively he gives Matt a child, and Matt's told this child is the Antichrist, then you should kill it. And Matt has to make those choices.
You know what that run is called? It
I don't-
sounds vaguely familiar to me.
I've got it on the shelf. It's on the shelf.
Okay.
It'll be when this goes out, it'll be on screen.
Now I'm just picturing Jake Gyllenhaal giving Charlie Cox a baby.
That's got a fan fiction somewhere.
Yeah, that's definitely got my picture.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Oh no.
Don't do it.
Mysterio and the Joker.
Okay, so we should see it. So that's where you're up to on your Marvel madness. What's next up? More Luke Cage, more Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. Luke Cage, Daredevil. Luke Cage, Daredevil. 3 more episodes of Luke Cage to watch, but as we said, like the beginning was slow, so like I hate kind of going through it. And then once I get to episode 4 of Luke Cage, and then watch episodes 5 through 11 of Daredevil season 2, and then episodes 5 through 8 of Luke Cage season 1, and then episodes 12 through 13 of Daredevil season 2, and then episodes 9 through 13 of Luke Cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Hey, no, you know what,
I
though?
can't wait for you to get to 48.
I think that's gonna bounce it back and forth though as well. It's not just like, oh, I have to watch Daredevil. At least you're gonna get that. Well,
You're gonna get a little, yeah.
change it.
But I want to keep watching Daredevil.
And-
Like I really don't want to keep watching Luke Cage.
What they do quite well at is keeping them in the same universe, but making their style more present for the character. So Daredevil has that darker, grittier feel to it. Jessica Jones has that even darker.
Even darker. And Luke Cage is a little bright.
Feels
It's,
it.
really, it's
Yeah.
Harlem during the day. It's very, hip hop and music. And
They don't ever
club.
put him in his costume, but have Power Man costume. But we get hints at it.
You get a hint. You get a couple of hints of it.
And I think what'll be interesting as well is for Mal to watch Iron Fist as somebody who probably doesn't know a lot about Iron Fist, I'm assuming, but also somebody who's going into it with a totally clear lens, because when it came out, it was tarnished in lots of other ways. So it'll be interesting for us to see your perspective on that.
Yeah, and I
When is
will. And
Iron
I will
Fist?
say, I'm interested to hear about Mallory because I was of the same camp with you, Max, or maybe I'm not just saying with you, but with a lot of people about Iron Fist when it first came out. And I have to say, having not watched it since and watching it recently, it's really not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's really not.
I mean, maybe in
think you got a
comparison
lot-
to the Marvel
I think
movies,
or hate.
the Marvel movies that coming out at that time, and now all of a sudden we're getting the Marvel movies we're getting now, and they're like, oh, actually, so we remember.
I remember comparing it to the Eternals, it's a friggin' masterpiece. Friggin' masterpiece. Comparing it to Shang-Chi, not so much.
But I mean, Shang-Chi also had a significant budget in comparison to.
It did. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
It
Finn
did.
Jones I think Finn Jones got a tough ride for Iron Fist. I think.
he did. I think he got an unfair amount of. Because
And
listen, even I was against. He was the Knight of the Flowers, and now he's going to play Iron Fist.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I mean, there was also, I think, in the lead up to it, was there not the writer's strike, or there was something about the point he had 2 weeks worth of martial arts training, and you're talking about Charlie Cox doing 6 months worth, but in the run up to Daredevil. So,
But again, I
you
have to
need more
say,
from Iron Fist than you do Daredevil. So,
But I have to say, some of the. I mean, again, we're getting ahead of ourselves with Mal, but the action sequences, I think, in Iron Fist regarding Finn Jones as Danny Rand as the season goes, so you can tell he's more comfortable doing those martial arts.
Yeah, season 2's a significant improvement, but I think it was too late by that point. People had tanked it. It was that it had been tanked. It was,
And same thing, the Defenders I think helped him too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when do you get to Iron Fist? Got a while, yeah.
I have Iron Fist is number 53, and you're on 44 right now. So you got a bit.
About 600 hours.
So the other thing that came up during Daredevil season 2, 1 through 4 that I enjoyed was Night Nurse and Foggy in the ER, where I think she really helped Foggy understand Matt.
No, because at that point they're still kind of like not quite seeing eye to eye on anything. And
Yeah.
Claire's just that calming presence, man. And Foggy, if I'm remembering the scene correctly, is that in the ER?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
he steps up in a big way.
He does.
You know, put a couple gangbangers, keeping them on, you know, on the side.
This is something I've not addressed about Daredevil that I didn't like about the show, is Foggy's background. So the whole point is in the comic books, Foggy's mum is a high-priced lawyer for a massive corporation who comes from money. And that's the juxtaposition of Matt and Foggy. He's had everything given to him. Matt's had it all taken away. And so they change that because they actually...
what they do.
Yeah,
so not what they do in the show.
No, because they make him really down to earth, and this, you know, he's the first of his family to get out, and you know they have their shot, but he gets out, and he's going to be a big lawyer and all that. Whereas in the show, he's always trying to find that balance between living up to Matt's expectations of being a good lawyer and a good person, and his mum's expectations of being a corporate lawyer. And that's a real battle.
Yeah, we completely took that away because again, like you've read so much more Daredevil than I have.
Yeah,
I've only read a handful, and I did know that about Foggy's background.
Almost Carrie Ann Moss's character in Jessica Jones is more like Foggy's mum in the comic books.
Okay. Yeah, because they completely turn that on its head and make it so that he's just like, he's the son of a butcher.
Yeah.
His mom works at the butcher shop as well, and his brother does. You know?
So it just shifts the paradigm of the character. Just ever so much, but enough that takes away some of the conflict, maybe, or not the conflict. The internal conflict for Foggy. You know, the rapist.
But I do think they capture it though a little bit because he's always asking the question like, but can we get some clients that have some money? Like like you can tell that like that status is important to him. The corner office, the fancy suits, you know, that you can tell that there's a bit of that in it.
It's made me think as well. I think they got that really well. It's done really well in that the Affleck movie. You know, where they have the scene where Jon Favreau as Foggy is in the office, and there's basketballs and there's fruit and there's cakes and there's all these sorts of things. I think they do a really, really good job in that of like playing that up a little bit, where they don't really get paid in money; they get paid in kind.
Words.
Yeah.
Favors. Okay. I mean, listen. Now you got some good TV coming up in the next few. I mean, you got some more. Obviously, you got some more Luke Cage, but I think the next batch of Daredevil, I think, is some of the best Daredevil that you see.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the best Daredevil you see is in Spider-Man.
Oh,
How'd you do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
That's such a good point. Or She-Hulk. Do you like him in She-Hulk?
Oh,
Do
the
you
Walk
like
of
him?
Shame, amazing,
Brilliant. And do you know what I like about that is that they can do that with a character, and it was very much what they did in the comic books. After, so I think I've talked previously about how there's the scene where he stands with Foggy in the comic book, and he's like, "I just wanted to make Hell's Kitchen better," and Foggy points to the new Hell's Kitchen as it is today, compared to, you know, when he started, and he's like, "Look at it. Look at it. It's a safe place. Families are moving in. Like, it's changed. You've done that. You've helped it." And then he goes off on this road trip across America and does this whole thing. And when he's in California, he's all lighthearted and stuff, where he's not actually a lawyer. He's just a legal advisor or people presenting their own cases. So he does all the work and then gives them the evidence and gives them the arguments. But like he skips into court and stuff, and there's a lightness to him, and I thought they captured that really, really well.
He definitely was lighter in the She-Hulk show, because I mean, I think that was a more light show.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Had to match the tone of the show.
Yeah.
Mal, where are you up to on Mallory's Marvel Madness?
Hold on. There's noise happening.
I have to update the sheet, because the last I had from my last time was you were up to number 44.
Yeah, I just finished. Last time that we were all together, I watched episode 1 of Luke Cage season 1, which is the beginning of number 44. So I finished 44 through 52.
What?
You guys
Through
are proud of me? I didn't
52.
even tell you guys how far I got because I wanted the genuine reaction.
Wow, that's impressive.
So wait, that's
Okay, so what does that include?
Man.
Is that all the series?
Hold on.
No.
We'll go. So it's all of Luke Cage season 1,
Right.
all of Daredevil season 2,
Right.
Ant-Man,
Mm-hmm.
the first one.
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3, episodes 1 through 10.
Right.
Blade
Mm-hmm.
and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3, episodes 11 through 19.
Correct. And I
That
stopped.
is a hell of a lot of content.
Thank you. I stopped before starting Iron Fist because I think I needed a little bit of a break. I needed like a little mental break.
A good call.
Thank
A
you.
good
I mean,
call. So
My first reaction to that is Ant-Man is we were talking about what you need to break up. You
Yeah.
needed something in there to break up those shows. Ant-Man is it.
Yeah.
Like Ant-Man
no,
is
Ant-Man's great.
So good.
And in a recap from my last episode, I do in fact have the 2004 Punisher movie, but it is British. So if you have a DVD player or something that you can convert to Region 2, I can loan you that.
I don't think I do.
Okay, because I just recently did that to my old PS4, so now I can watch all of the Blu-rays and DVDs that I was gifted from our former employer.
So what's going to happen is I'm just going to show up and we're going to watch.
Well, there,
You
yeah,
sure?
we can just watch Punisher. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was writing down add DVD player to my suitcase.
You could also do that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not expensive anymore, are they? I'm pretty sure I was in a charity shop the other day. A good one.
I'm not sure. Is it the Blu-ray or DVD? I don't remember if it's the Blu-ray or DVD, but I have one of them, but it's British.
I also found that I have it on DVD.
There.
Yeah.
There we go.
Which
So,
region though?
I have to ask.
Oh, mine's UK.
So I have to ask Mal.
Yeah.
Season 1 of Luke Cage.
Got so much better. So good. But I definitely disagree with you, Luch, that it is the best of the Netflix superheroes. Still really good, but Daredevil, Matt Murdock has my heart.
Okay, fine. All right, listen. Let me clear. I don't want to renege, but let me go back. Daredevil is the OG. Daredevil's number 1. But I think Luke Cage is a strong candidate for number 2. I got no hate for Kristen Ritter and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
She's great. But Luke Cage, man. Michael Coulter, the backstory, the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, well, really 2 bad guys if you want to get into it, but I don't know.
So I think it was really good. It was really good. And I remember last time we were all together, I'd asked you guys, like, don't you guys think that this actually comes before Jessica Jones? And you both were like, definitively no. And I was like, you guys are crazy. And then Night Nurse shows up. I was like, oh, no, they're right. They're right. Yeah. You guys know what you're talking about. But no, so good. I really enjoyed it.
Yo, Amos,
What up?
show the man what you famous for.
don't even like these niggas, man.
Okay, so bad guys. Cottonmouth and Diamondback, both snakes, which isn't really addressed in the show, but I'm sure it's addressed in the comics. That they both come from snakes. But after watching Mahershala Ali as Cottonmouth, I don't want him as Blade.
See,
I don't.
he's such a good bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part about Blade, though. Is Blade is maybe not as much of an anti-hero as the Punisher is. But
I mean,
he's kind of, but he's an anti-hero.
We've hinted at it, but I mean, we are getting to the point where I know they're saying Blade's still coming, but if you're Mahershala Ali, are you not just thinking, I'm aged out of this now?
Yeah.
That's possible, but also, I think in my opinion, what kind of sealed the coffin on that, so to speak, using the vampire reference, was when Wesley Snipes came back as Blade in Deadpool Wolverine. I mean, because even in his 50s, the dude still jacked, still had the voice, like, he still had the look, like he came in like he could star in another trilogy if he wanted to.
Yeah.
As like an older, like we talk about Ben Affleck's Batman being the older grizzled Batman, we could do an older grizzled, if you want to call it grizzled, Blade.
So sidebar, as per usual for us, I'd seen a post today on Facebook that said that they're looking at getting Nolan to come back and Christian Bale to do another Batman trilogy that would actually fit in with the current Corn Sweat Superman. And they'd have an older one. But it was the moment where the person on Facebook who posted it had said, much like Marvel have done with Daredevil. And I was like, what? What are you even on? Charlie Cox is probably about 4 years older than Tom Holland at this point.
Well, like,
how old is Charlie Cox?
At the same time, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, how old is Charlie Cox? Good question.
I have something to say about that, but I don't know if I want to jump ahead. I don't want to jump ahead.
Charlie Cox is 42 years old. Charlie Cox.
I was going to say, I knew he was older than me. I just didn't know by how much.
Same year as me. 9 months younger than me, scumbag. Almost to the day, ironically. Sorry. So I did see that, and you're right. I think Blade. I don't know. But then, do we just go in a different direction? Is Blade going to be part of what comes after Doomsday? And at this point, it has to be.
Yeah.
I heard another
reset.
Rumor.
Sorry?
I heard another rumor about Blade.
Go on.
And I full on straight up rumor about I forget the actor's name, but Lucas from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, the
As
kid, Gavin, the one who has the genetic condition. Oh no! I'm thinking of the boy who was on
Gaetano Mazzaro.
He was in Lion King.
Yeah. Yes. Him as Blade. That's what I've heard.
I mean, you just said the kid, right? No, he was a kid when Stranger Things started.
Granted, yeah, he's in his early 20s now, but yeah, I mean,
it just happens that all of them have now aged out of being kids.
No, 100%. So I mean, he's still a kid to me.
One of them is a parent.
Yes,
that's terrible. I mean, yes, it is true. Yeah, adopted though. Adopted.
So
yeah,
still a parent.
I know, still a parent. But
right, back on track. So Cottonmouth, Diamondback, all part of the Serpent Society.
Yeah, I enjoy. Wait, is that a real thing?
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it would be nice if they said that in the show.
Yeah, I feel like it was because with the show they were trying to keep it realistic. They were trying to keep it on track. Placing it in realism. I mean, like Cottonmouth literally had fangs in the comic book.
Yeah.
Like, they went full snake with it.
All right, fair. All right. Okay. Definitely enjoyed. I really enjoyed the background of Luke Cage, like finding out how he got his powers, like about his family, about the fact that he went to prison, because like obviously we knew all about that from Jessica Jones, but getting to see it in the show, I really enjoyed. And I also liked that they didn't start with it. That it took, I think it was like, like the last third of
6 or 7. Yeah, it was like 6 or 7 was when
everything came together. It was really close to the end.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed. More Night Nurse. Always loved Night Nurse. She's just making her rounds with all the superheroes. but I do like her and Luke Cage. And I mean, they hinted at it in this season about the fact that she like kind of wants to do like a superhero clinic. And obviously you guys know whether that comes to fruition or if it's based on the comics, but like I hope it does. And obviously the more
And that's straight from the comics.
Is
That's
it?
straight from the comics.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course.
straight from the comics. Like that's what we were talking about a couple episodes ago, where it's like she sets up this clinic, but it's essentially like Switzerland for all heroes and villains, where it's you can go there to get patched up from your fights, and there's no fights when you're there. It's just she helps patch you up, takes care of you, and then
Switzerland.
you go on your way.
Yeah. It's like Pops.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like the barbershop.
Yeah.
100%.
So definitely enjoyed it. Looking forward to season 2. Which is when? Not for a while, I think.
You got a bit
76.
until there.
Yeah.
You got to get through. So you're 76.
Yeah.
It's Luke Cage. Man, you got to go through Cloak and Dagger. Oof.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
So the last time we were all together, we were talking about Daredevil also because I had watched episodes 1 through 4. I met Elektra. And Luch, you said to me that you're looking forward to seeing my take on the courtroom scenes.
Well, with him and Punisher.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I watched
was.
all that,
They're-
obviously, because I finished season 2.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing I need to say, and it needs to be said, is all of the courtroom scenes were filmed in the Bronx, not in New York.
Which you probably having been to that courthouse.
I was there
assume,
this
wouldn't-
morning.
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah, I'm there. I'm like, okay, it is the square building. Because wait, so it's funny because the Bronx Supreme. First of all, it was the civil courthouse, also not even the criminal courthouse.
Yeah.
So first things first.
I mean, speak about this logically. You're a film crew. You can't just rock up and be like, so this week we're going to take over the Supreme Court in New York and we're going to use it. Like, it doesn't work that way. So they have to find somewhere cheap.
It does. Do you know how often I am screwed because they're filming in New York Supreme Court? They film there all the time.
Really?
Yes.
I suppose.
SVU
I guess
there.
maybe it was outside of Marvel's budget.
Yeah, J-Lo had her show there. I get like screwed because I'm trying to go up the stairs and they're like, oh, can you wait? I'm like, no, I have a court appearance. No.
Did you not check the filming schedule before you booked your court appearance? Before you left your office today?
You think I book a court appearance? The judge tells me when to show up and I show up.
Fair.
Not as annoying as the Trump trial. That also screwed up my mornings, but whatever. So, okay. So first things first, wrong courthouse. Which I find funny because like they're so about the fact that they're in Hell's Kitchen and they're not even in the right borough. And I think that the New York Supreme Court is a lot prettier. Although also it wouldn't have been the criminal courthouse. I don't know if they filmed the criminal courthouse. Probably not. But whatever. Both opening arguments, wrong, bad, horrible, would never happen. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, what are we doing? That's all you're saying? Like, no. Also, then Punisher takes the stand. So I could do a whole episode of just breaking down this trial.
I think maybe we should.
I think maybe we should hold off.
I can hold off. I have points. I have thoughts. I have my own cross-examination. It's fine.
My main thing was wanting to ask you about Foggy's, like.
Oh, did you guys know his
speech.
name is Foggy? I don't know if you guys were aware. His name's Foggy, not Froggy.
Yeah, it's Foggy, Foggy.
I mean, we did correct you a few times.
We did.
But I mean, it's fine. I'm pretty.
And then I think you
it's
just
fine going by
accepted it.
Froggy,
It was just
so
like
it's okay.
Daredevil's sidekick, Frogman.
The
Yeah.
Frogman. I like him. Okay, no, you were talking about his opening?
Well, I mean, it was almost his closing argument, wasn't it?
Well, either way,
was it his
it
own?
was wrong.
Yeah.
Why was it?
Okay, I can hold off. We can do a whole
We'll
episode
hold off.
where I
We
break
will.
down the
I tell you what, we're
I think we need to, because I may have to watch the episodes again just so I can.
I was
know.
thinking the same thing, Luch. I think maybe next week, episode 13, should be The courtroom. We'll break down the courtroom.
I may have to, because I wanna, listen, out of the three of us, who has the most valid opinion? It's obviously not the two of us, having
Definitely not.
considering we're not employed to argue for a living.
No.
But
I
don't
thought it
know,
was so
just-
funny. It was the wrong courthouse. And it's one of those things, like, I'm watching it and it bothers me so much because I'm in both courthouses so often.
Well, it's the same thing. Steph and I, not even a couple of months ago, probably a couple of weeks ago, we watched Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Original
And
or sequel?
the original.
Yeah.
And there's so many, most of the scenes in that, the showing when they're supposed to be in Queens is actually in Brooklyn. And it's like, you're already here. Like, just be in the right borough. To pick the right. It's not like you're filming on a soundstage in LA. Like, you're literally filming in the borough. Like, you're not that far away.
So there'll be whole departments in the boroughs who are included in this, and they will be courting people to come and film in their boroughs by offering various different exemptions or support,
Tax credits.
Exactly. So
whatever. Yeah.
Swamp Thing. Like, DC did the Swamp Thing show, and it was an amazing one season. That got canned because somebody had put Mr. Zero on the tax credits. So they thought they were getting a 7-figure tax credit, and they were getting a 6-figure tax credit. And that had a serious impact on the budget. Yeah. So, but there will be whole departments and in boroughs going, please come to us. We'll give you this. We'll do this. We'll supply this. Do you know what I mean? So it's competitive that way. And ultimately, we saw it. Remember we watched Captain America in Liverpool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they were filming.
I do. Yeah, I remember there was a several large Rottweilers.
Yeah, they were very, very large dogs.
They are currently filming Spider-Man in Glasgow, pretending it's New York.
Where? Well, they finished now.
Whatever.
They did, yeah.
Either way, Glasgow is not New York.
More shocking.
Speaking of which, Tom Holland apparently back on set.
Okay, that's good news.
After his head injury.
More shockingly, they were filming in the north of Glasgow for the Aegean Sea. Not north of Glasgow, north of Scotland. Yeah. So, if we can get away with that, then we can get away with anything. We do know, it's okay. We can let that part slide, Mallory. Okay? We're not worried about which courthouse they were in. We're worried about what happened in the courtroom.
No,
okay.
I can't help that.
What did you think of the season in general?
Okay, it was a good season. Really, really liked the Punisher. Really liked Elektra. Liked her better than Jennifer Garner, Elektra. I also enjoyed the relationship between her and Matt and Stick. Although I do think that Matt did, what's her name?
Karen.
Did Karen dirty.
You 100% did Karen dirty.
Yeah. I mean, she jumped the gun a little bit. You see a woman in his bed, but she's obviously like bandaged up. Like, it's not like she was like naked. There was also a man in the other room, so it's not like they just finished like having sex. So like she jumped the gun with getting upset about the fact that Elektra was in his bed. And then Matt, I would have been pissed at her and that would have been done, but then Matt screwed it up by like keeping his
that was the episode when Stick had to like give her like this like weird like drink concoction to like get the poison out of her system. Yeah.
That was where we start going full hand, fist, demon.
Oh yeah, full on hand.
Yeah,
which
resurrect
you fall,
all of that sort of stuff.
Which you fall a lot more into very soon.
Yeah. And then the season ended, and it seems like Matt is about to tell Karen. Oh no, wait, Matt is going to tell Karen what's going on because I think he takes out the helmet.
Yeah, he takes out the mask. Yeah, and takes out the Daredevil mask.
And it took me a little too long to realize that what's Satan's name? Foggy's ex-girlfriend?
Marcy.
That she was now working for the law firm that Jessica Jones did the consulting for.
Carrie Ann Moss's law
Yeah.
firm. Yeah.
What's it? Jerry.
Hogarth.
Something.
Hogarth.
Hogarth. That's it.
Yeah.
Hogarth. Yeah.
Definitely took me too long to realize that. I'm definitely looking forward to see how the fact that Nelson and Murdoch is shut down plays out. Season.
Pretty sure I was going to say Hogarth is a man in the comics. And to check that, but I was pretty sure that was the case. But yeah.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you don't come back to Daredevil now until you have Iron Fist season 1, and then the Defenders. Oh wait, no. Do you get Jessica Jones season 2 before that?
No, I had the Defender of Iron Fist, then the Defenders,
Okay.
and then nothing for a while, and then 72 is Jessica Jones.
That's season 2 of Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't come back.
I mean, out of the,
Wait,
you're not there yet. But
Where's Daredevil season 3? Oh, 78.
I was going to say that's
Okay,
after
no.
Jessica Jones season 2.
I also really like the bad guy one of the main bad guys in Luke Cage season 2. Also a lot of fun. Very fun character. That had to be just I don't want to spoil it, but that had to be a blast to play, like as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there.
I also think, I could be wrong because I've never worked in DA's office. I don't think the DA has as much power as like they're making it seem. With like the Punisher.
I mean,
Like-
Now is that Hightower? Who's who's the DA at that point?
I don't know, when that she's dead.
Oh, so yeah, so now it's the her underling.
He showed up in Luke Cage.
Yes.
I've been watching Billions. In that the DA seems to have an awful lot of power.
Well, I know every like movie I watch at DA, they're like, well, I'm up for re-election. I don't think like I've ever like cared about who my DA is.
Yeah. But it's also as well, they seem very much to be like, they dictate to the police exactly who's getting charged for what and how it's working and who they should be investigating. And you're just like, hang on a second, I'm getting confused here. I thought the police did all that. And then they handed it to the DA and the DA went, yeah, there's enough here to do this. Or no, please find more. Or no, this is bullshit, walk away.
No, but
Depending on
still,
how politically right.
I
Sorry?
can get a DA on the podcast and she can answer all of our questions.
There you go.
Really?
There is another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole other episode because we may need to talk about this. Just in the realm of superhero-ness,
Yeah.
what would you do?
No, we can definitely. And she's an ADA, she's not the DA, but she's, she would know.
Hang on, I'm
So, and
literally
then-
logging into the running order document and adding in yes to
It's going to
DA.
end up being like a legal superhero podcast by the end of this.
I mean, there's some there's episodes there, isn't there? There's episodes to be had right there.
There is a reason why they do CLE, it's a continuing legal education at Comic-Con.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't fight
gotta
him
be
that
it.
way, so I have to do it through the courts. Okay,
Right.
So then,
So know what I want to talk
Yep.
about?
go on.
Ant-Man.
of course,
What's his name? I wrote it down, but I think it's wrong.
on.
And you guys can correct me. Who's the friend? I wrote it down as Peachy, but I don't think it's Peachy.
Which one?
well, that's
Ant-Man's
Lewis,
The what?
Michael Pena.
Michael
yeah.
Pena. Yeah,
What's the character's name?
Now you're asking. The one that
It's not
wasn't in
Pete.
Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
And then,
and which is why Ant-Man 3 sucked.
yeah, and the one that should have been brought in right at the start of Endgame.
Yeah, to
And-
recap.
First 10
He-
minutes, it's just been him going, okay,
Yeah.
guys, this
Yeah,
is what's
and
happening.
him being like, all right, so this is what happened.
We need more of him. We need him recapping everything.
Okay, I was at a wine tasting with my cousin Ernesto, which was mainly reds, and you know I don't love reds, man. But there was a rosé that saved the day. It was delightful. And he tells me about this girl Emily that we used to kick it with. It was actually the first pair of boobs that I ever touched.
It's the wrong details. It's the wrong. It has nothing to do with the story. Go.
So, he tells me that she's working as a housekeeper now, right? and she's dating this dude, Carlos, who's a shot caller from across the bay, and she tells him about the dude that she's cleaning for, right? That he's like this big shot CEO that is all retired now, but is loaded. And so Carlos and Ernesto are on the same softball team, and they get to talking, right? And here comes the good part. Carlos says, yo, man, this guy's got a big-ass safe just sitting in the basement, just chilling. Of course, Ernesto comes to me because he knows I got mad demon skill. Of course, I ask him, did Emily tell Carlos to tell you to get to me what kind of safe it was? And he says, nah, dog. All she said is that it's like super legit, and whatever's in it, it's gotta be good.
What?
I mean, I think
from
he
here
should
on
have recapped it for the first 10 minutes of Endgame, and then the camera should have turned around, and the other two should have just been piles of dust. I see that.
Also a not Michael Pena, but the other guy, also a DC MCU crossover.
What?
The other guy plays the polka dot man.
The Russian guy. Yeah.
So okay, such a good movie. Love that movie.
So good.
I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Isn't T.I. in it? The rapper T.I. Isn't he the other guy?
I don't know what T.I. actually looks like.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you're like, I don't know. And they normally, when they do it, rappers tend to go by their real name, don't they? Yeah. Like, there's just some really confused things. They're like, oh, that's my rap icon. This is my real name. I'm an actor now. I'm actually DMX, in which case.
That's why it's Dwayne Johnson and not.
It is T.I.
There you go.
Yeah, you see? Yeah, look at me.
Yeah. I also love. I don't know why weeks ago, we were talking about nepotism in the MCU. So I was talking about Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell. Bobby Cannavale is in Ant-Man, and his wife or his partner is Rose Byrne, who's in X-Men. And I know, like, obviously they were like not in the same universe, like they one was Sony, blah blah blah.
No,
I'm still counting it.
Yeah. Okay. It's all canon now.
I mean,
it's all multiverse canon.
I think there's just so many of these films out there now that it's becoming hard to avoid them.
Yeah.
And you've got access.
It's almost like the degrees from Kevin Bacon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Right? How many degrees are you from Marvel?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, except Kevin Bacon's one because he was in
Both.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Accurate. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, but he's in Guardians.
And he's in Guardians. Yeah, he's in
special.
Guardians, the holiday special. Yeah.
I haven't
As
seen it
Kevin
yet.
Bacon.
I haven't seen it yet.
As Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
Wow, you've not
Coming
seen?
up.
How did you miss
It's
that?
coming up.
You haven't seen that one?
I haven't seen it yet. Don't be mad.
All right. Well, you will soon.
Let's not lie. It isn't great, but it's fun.
No, it's not great. It's funny, but it's not great.
I'm looking forward. I'll eventually get there.
It's definitely the worst Guardian movie, I guess. I mean, it's not really a movie.
I don't know. I probably think it's better than Guardians 3, but that's controversial. We'll say that. when we get
That's
there.
controversial.
Mainly because it's short. You can get through it quickly. Yes. So Ant-Man.
Holds up. Still holds up. So funny.
Yeah.
So good.
It's still good.
So clever. So he's perfect for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different, like the argument I always used to have with students where they'd be like, I don't like superhero movies. Ant-Man is one of those ones that you can have. Like, it's a family comedy.
Yeah.
Like
it's a heist movie, really.
Yeah. And it's different, and it's just different to Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and it's different to Iron Man because it isn't like a balls to the wall action or a thriller. It is just something that's fish out of water, silly comedy. Almost Pink Panther-esque. That sort of.
That's a good analogy, actually. A little bit of Pink Panther. Yeah.
Like Mel Brooks could have written it. It's just got those moments.
I could see that in like a Spaceballs, Monty Python, the Holy, Robin Hood Men in Tights. I could see it in that kind of.
I just really enjoy that Ant-Man, like the character, is I think who all of us would kind of be if we ended up turning into a superhero. Like, oh, we get to go hang out with the Avengers. Like, we're gonna go steal from Avengers campus. Like, we go fuck you up, Falcon.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be us. Like,
And
I'm really sorry I had to do this, but
I mean, he's probably like Daredevil in the way that he's a hero in his day-to-day job as well. There's this element of him being that hero who he's in prison because he hacked into $1 billion corporation and shared their wealth. He's that social activist sort of
Yeah.
person.
Maybe he's modern day Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that also really annoyed me about Judy Greer. Because she's like shitting on him for going to jail. I was like, well, he didn't go to jail because he murdered somebody. He went to jail because like he was like helping people.
Yeah.
Get off your high horse, Judy.
And yet it's that argument, isn't it, where somebody, I've read it online somewhere, and somebody said, like, if somebody hurt my daughter, I'd fucking kill him. And you're like, okay, but how is that going to help her? Because ultimately, all you're going to end up doing then is you're going to end up sent to prison, and she's going to spend 20 years without you. And I think that's Judy Greer's standpoint here is,
I think, I agree
you're
with
doing the
you. I
right
think that's
thing, but the way you did it was wrong, and now that's had an impact on your daughter's life. Although she's totally unfazed by it, and she gets a pet ant. So, yeah.
Oh, I also really enjoyed how they filmed it, because like you're getting these really tiny fights and you're in it and it's loud and everything's coming, and then all of a sudden it zooms out and like it's like a little train that hits a window.
It's like think, and then it just fucking falls off.
Yeah,
I thought that was really clever.
No, they did a great job with the cinematography and how they went making it small. Then obviously I don't know how to say, making it like real life size, I guess, essentially. But like the whole scene when he's flying through, I guess it's still Pym headquarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like running through like the scale model of like the city, and he's just like jumping around, and then like you just like it pans out, you just see like nothing happening in the background.
And it's the little things, like ironically the little things. Pym's tank on his keyring. It's just one of those things. It's that we're going to drop that in there really early, and then boom, later on you're like, oh, I like it. I like what you did with that.
And what I also forgot about is that Agent Carter and Howard Stark are in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And like obviously we know because of Endgame that I don't know where everybody went. That obviously like Pym and Stark and all the technologies, but I completely forgot that they were in the beginning of it.
And what I like about it as well is he references himself in that universe. He's getting these powers, and he talks about how, like, he's referencing what's happening effectively on the other coast with all of these superheroes and all these things going on. And he's like, is it that one where he says, shouldn't we call the Avengers?
Yeah.
It's that moment where he's like, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not a hero. This is not who I should be. And yet he's still
And I think, I think Hank Pym says something like, don't ever trust a Stark. Like that's, and that goes back to his rivalry, I guess, with Howard.
Yeah. And interesting because I don't know if you guys remember, but the end credit scene, I don't remember it's the first or the second one, is Cap and Falcon with Bucky in like a arm lock. Yeah. So basically the next big movie is Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the setup for Civil War, and he says we need some help, and he's like, I know somebody.
Yeah, that's right. He says,
he's just told not to trust a Stark, and what side he's on, and so I'm gonna give that one. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
All right, that's good.
I mean, I think that is
the highest rated Marvel movie so far.
It might be.
I just really enjoyed it.
I mean, Mallory did give I Am Groot 9.
So, but then also said, is it needed?
It's true.
Right. No.
It wasn't needed. It didn't move a story forward at all.
Well, speaking of which, what about Daredevil and Luke Cage?
Oh.
What did you give that?
Okay, I'm going to give Daredevil Season 2 an 8.
Okay. What about Luke Cage?
I'm going to give it a 7. Sorry, Luke.
That hurts my soul a little bit, but it's okay.
I just felt like, okay. My other little issue with it was that there's too many bad guys.
Too many bad guys?
Yes.
I mean, okay. I guess you could say
now. You have Diamondback. You have Myra, whatever. Then
Myra Dillard.
All their little henchmen who think that they know best, so they're making their own individual decisions, and then they're all their own bad guys.
Shades, sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much.
But it's a play on the old gangster movies, isn't it? It's a play on Dick
Yeah.
Tracy and where everybody's got their gimmick. They're all part of the gang, and
I
they're
mean,
all
yeah.
going to be taken out. And
I mean, it holds a special place in my heart. It always will, that first season, because in one of the scenes when they're in the kitchen and they go into that little
The prohibition.
hole in the floor, he's like, oh, look, Lucky Luciano used to own this
Oh.
place, during Prohibition. I just like,
Yes.
You know what? I did catch that, and I was like, "Oh, this is why Luch likes this season."
so that's what I was going to say. Actually, is in season 1 of Daredevil, the prison guard who gets killed. His name is Farnham. We've got Luciano. I was going to ask.
Oh, and there is a Turk. There is a Turk.
Is Turk in Luke Cage? Because I can't remember.
Is he in Luke Cage?
Yes.
He's all over
yeah.
season 1.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all over. Turk is everywhere.
Everywhere.
Season 1.
He's quite often a common thread through the comic books within that sort of street level universe.
Yeah.
Where
And he is in the shows.
Yeah. Less so, I think, in Daredevil. They sort of throw him in every now and then. They're like, oh, we need somebody who's got a toe in the underworld who Daredevil can beat up and get information from.
Yeah, he's more prevalent in Luke Cage.
I don't think he was in season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
I think so.
Where?
But maybe only 1 or 2 episodes, and for like a hot second.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he was in there though. We have to hear about Blade. Give us Blade.
I didn't.
She didn't like it. I can tell by her face. She didn't like Blade.
I didn't like it. And okay, I was thinking about it today because I was like, why didn't I like it? Because like it's the type of movie that would be up my alley. And I think if I'd watched it when it came out, I would have liked it. But I think watching it now, comparing it to all these other like Marvel movies, I'm like, it's just kind of, I don't know, like, boring's not really the right word. But like, when I was watching it, I'm like, okay. Like, I'm just not connecting to anybody. I'm not like invested in anybody.
So this is your first time ever seeing Blade?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the opening though? It's one of the greatest opening scenes of a movie.
It's a great opening scene.
Well, in the party, like, okay.
So good. Visually.
Okay.
That song. No.
Wow. All right.
I think I spent
All right,
more
so
time
I'm
being like, why is
scared.
Donald Logue here?
So I'm scared to ask what you rate it.
I'm giving it a 3.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7, and I really like Blade. I think there's part of me that likes Blade Trinity more.
I was going to say, I think what worries me is if you've given Blade the strongest of the 3.
Yeah.
You've not
It's
given
true.
yourself a lot of room to go places with this.
I mean, I think you should give it like a 7.25 or 7.5 at least. Just to
No,
give
think
yourself
about all
a
the other
little-
movies I've given 7.5s too.
That's true. All right,
So-
fair enough.
Sorry. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to like it. I just like,
I can't believe you don't like the Daywalker.
I just feel like, okay, I felt like the other thing with Blade was like, it was always the same level. There weren't like highs and lows and ups and downs. It was all kind of just like here. Ah.
Yeah. I mean, as films go, it was the one that saved Marvel Comics.
Yeah,
You know,
it did.
it was the one that they put out there and it made money and it saved them from going bankrupt and things. So it's pretty significant linchpin in the whole process. But you are entitled to your opinion, Mallory. That's what this podcast is about. And I will print off all of the Blade things I can find to stick all over your apartment. All those pictures will be paying the Blade references at the time I leave.
Okay. Also might be, you have to remember where I'm watching it. I just finished Ant-Man.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
That is a hard transition.
yeah. So it also might be where I am. I would be willing to give it a second shot.
I've not watched it in a long time, I'll be honest.
I haven't either. In full transparency, I have not watched it in a very long time. It's probably a couple of years. Within the last 5 years, definitely, but not recently. But
Where did you
maybe.
watch it? Was it on? Is it on Disney Plus or is it?
Yeah, it's on Disney.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
all three are on Disney Plus.
Also, I found myself like picking out all the mistakes. Like, who's the bad? What's the name of the bad guy?
It's the I know who you're on about. I can't think of his name.
Dracula. No.
No, that's later. IMDb it's got 7.1 and Rotten Tomatoes has got 59.
I'm sorry.
A Deacon Frost.
Deacon. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, Deacon Frost.
So he's
yes,
a white
yes, yes.
boy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. He's a white boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he has dark nipples. I'm sitting there and be like, your nipples should not be that dark, sir.
Well done for this week's social media clip. Yeah, okay. I can't say that I paid that much attention to his nipple.
So that took you out of it.
No.
You were like,
Took
me
I was
out of it. I'm
believing
like,
I was believing vampires existed, and then dark nipples.
Dark nipples.
Stephen Dorff has dark nipples. That is
No,
what-
it's not him. It's his body double or his stuntman or whatever. And like, fix your nipples.
I mean, Google it. Let's Google
Why
it.
you hate?
Does
He
Stephen
doesn't.
Dorff have dark
He
nipples?
doesn't dictate what colors his nipples are. Like it's not like he's like today I'm going to be purple nurple. Like it doesn't. That doesn't make it.
The irony of all of this is there was probably some makeup artist that was like, your nipples aren't popping right now on this camera, so I'm just like, we're going to give you some makeup.
Oh yeah, that was a creative choice that they made in in special effects, and you're just crapping all over it, Mallory.
I am, because it took me out of the reality of the vampires.
You were with vampires and a vampire human hybrid, and then Nurples were like, nope, I'm out of it now.
Yeah.
But yet invested in a man that can shrink to the size of an ant and then become giant later.
Well, suddenly he doesn't shrink, the suit shrinks. Like, get your science right.
Okay. All right, all right, we're passing time through Lang, not Lang through time. Okay.
This is true. This is true.
All
He
right,
turned
so
into a big.
I'd definitely be willing to try it again. Because, like, I know how much you guys like it. And I do think sticking it in after Ant-Man might not have been the best option.
It's understandable that it would be dated. When did it come out? 90?
Oh, 100%. It came out, what, 97?
Yeah.
96?
Hang on. Just out of there. Too busy looking for Stephen Dorff's nipples. Sorry.
Or maybe 98. I mean, I definitely think it was pre-2000. Because it's before Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I know that.
Why is it not just say the date? IMDb. Why have you made this so much more difficult than it needs to be? 1998. There you go.
Okay, yeah, so I was right. So 98, yeah.
And I mean,
I just Googled a photo of Stephen Dorff shirtless, and his nipples are not that dark. So
okay.
That was a creative
he
choice.
has regular colored nipples.
I think what was really, really interesting the other day was obviously there's this whole conversation about who's buying Warner Brothers, and something that's come out the back of that is that whoever buys it might remove James Gunn from his position and restart it all again.
Oh, God.
Thumbs up. Do it, please.
I'm sick of starting over.
Right? Like, at least Marvel are like, okay, we'll create something in the universe that presses the reset button. DC are like, yeah, we just invest.
We're going to blow it up from behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and then,
pretty much.
Yeah.
I've not seen Peacemaker season 2. I know that it's not gone over particularly well.
That's what I've read. I've not seen it either, but
it's declined week by week.
Yeah. In viewership and everything else.
So,
which makes me sad because I really like John Cena.
Oh, I love John Cena. I think John Cena is great. I said it way back. I think James Gunn might not be the right.
No, I don't think I think my problem with James Gunn is I feel like he's got this massive ego from how popular Guardians was, the first one. Yeah. And obviously I know he's done stuff before then, but we're sticking with the comic book stuff. He got all this stuff, and then obviously some things came out and they were going to drop him, and then the actors were like, we're not going to do this movie without James. And like, listen, I'm all down for loyalty, but then that made his ego go from being a normal Hollywood size to being, giant man,
Well, and there was the rumor this week that he's somewhat responsible for the MCU's direction. in that after Guardians 2, he was very, very close with Kevin Feige, and so he said, hey, these are the directors you should be using. And that's when they went away from established directors and started going towards art house directors and bringing them on side. So it's quite interesting that it could be.
So is that when they walked? Is that when the Russo brothers kind of stepped away for a while, or is that?
That would have been, if you think they were already well into Endgame and what they were doing. They were thinking about what comes next, and that's when they started approaching lesser known directors. There was the duo that did Captain Marvel, who'd come from independent film, and it was that almost like James Gunn had voiced up his opinion and said, these are the up and coming directors, these are the ones you should be working with. But hey, rumors are rumors, they're just out there, and we like to spread them because that's what we are. We're a podcast. Okay, Blade was a stinker, a firm thumbs down from Mallory, and that's okay. No, you don't need to apologize for that. Wesley Snipes will come around and fall out with you and then maybe make friends with you in 20 years like he did with Ryan Reynolds.
I really enjoyed Wesley Snipes as a drag queen in Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
She was beautiful.
I mean, and transition from that to Blade was a supreme. But what I do love about Blade, and you'll see this as you make your way through the films, is Blade 1, he wears just the vest. You can see how toned he is. Yep. And by Blade 3, he's wearing long sleeve t-shirts just because they're like, it was really hard to get back in shape.
Yeah, he put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah. Okay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You know what? I was thinking, let's talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3 when I finish the season.
Okay.
Because I have 3 more episodes to go. And I
still have a little bit more.
Yeah. Instead of talking about the season piecemeal, let's just talk about it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because your next batch is 56. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So that takes us then up to 52.
Which is where I am now, which is going to be Iron Fist season 1.
Yeah, Iron Fist number 53, season 1.
Which I've never seen.
This is one I might rewatch myself this week.
Like I said, I don't want to skew anyone's watch, but I remember being vehemently unhappy
right
with
there.
Iron Fist the first time. Oh yeah, the Punisher.
No, that's Iron Fist.
No, wait, no, that's the Iron. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see.
I go Comic-Con 11 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever it was.
Yeah, but I remember being vehemently not liking Iron Fist season 1. And then having watched it in the last month and a half, I have to give credit, and I think I was overly harsh with Iron Fist. I don't think it's like life-changing by any stretch, but I did enjoy it. I do think that Finn Jones as Danny Rand, I think he did a pretty good job. And you'll meet Colleen Wing, who I think is awesome. Yeah. She's great. Overall.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. It was hammered, absolutely hammered before it even came out because it was woke, or was anti-woke because they went with comic book accurate white boy, and then that got turned into, it's a repercussion, it's a rehash of the white man savior tropes that happen so often. And I understand with all of that.
No, I understand it. Well, but that's the comic though. The comic were.
Is Iron Fist white? Like in the comic?
Yeah. He's a white. He's a blonde white guy.
Blonde white guy from Manhattan. Danny
They were
Rand.
just angry that they were sticking with the white comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
That reaction. So it became, and it was also at that point where Marvel was obviously on massive ascent, so it was getting tanked from all over the place because people can't just fucking sit there and go, oh, I really enjoyed this Marvel film, and I really enjoyed this DC film, and I love that I can go to the cinema and see a Marvel film and a DC film and an independent comic book film that's been made. Oh no, I have to only like one of these things. Yeah. Like,
silly.
I'm so sick of binary decisions. Anyway.
You like whatever.
Yeah, I was good about to say something, and then you started to turn.
Fest is like hero of the episode.
Yeah, he just is so happy to be home, and I'm not paying attention to him.
He's weighing it up. He's weighing it up.